AEW has fired CM Punk following the all-in altercation that he had with Jack Perry, and in this video, I'm going to give you everything that we know as of this recording. It's Saturday. It is 6 days post all-in, and Tony Khan dropped the bombshell just less than 24 hours ahead of All Out in Chicago, ahead of Collision even as well. They put out a release announcing that they have parted ways with CM Punk. Phillip Brooks, their statement read, All Elite Wrestling has terminated the wrestler and employment agreement between Phillip Brooks, CM Punk, and AEW with cause effectively immediately. The termination was confirmed by Tony Khan. And the statement went on to state, the termination follows a week-long internal investigation of an incident occurring backstage at AEW All In London on Sunday, August 27th. Following the investigation, the AEW Discipline Committee met and later convened with outside legal counsel before making a unanimous recommendation to Khan that CM Punk will be terminated, I should say, with cause. And we got actually a statement by Tony Khan. He said, Phil played an important role within AEW, and I thank him for his contributions. The termination of his AEW contracts with cause is ultimately my decision and mine alone. Of course, I wish I didn't have to share this news, which may come as a disappointment to many of our fans. Nevertheless, I am making the decision in the best interest of many amazing people who make AEW possible every week, our talent, staff, venue operators, and many others whose efforts are unsung but essential to bringing our fans great shows on television and at arenas and stadiums throughout the world, end quote. Wow. This comes after a year-long backstage BS thing. And as much as I agree with Tony Khan's decision, as a fan, first and foremost, I'm a little disappointed because when CM Punk came to AEW, everyone was very optimistic and everyone liked what was happening. And then All Out 2022 happened. And Punk got into a backstage brawl with the Elite. And then he showed his ass at a press conference, essentially, in front of Tony Khan. And Khan didn't do a thing. And he ripped countless wrestlers in front of his boss. And then he got into a backstage fight with members of the locker room who are beloved and supposed EVPs. He comes back. He convinces Tony Khan to bring him back when not a lot of people would have. When a lot of people didn't want him back. And yes, there were some that did, but there was a lot that didn't. And despite the fact there were several who had defended him, Tony Khan brought him back. He gave him another chance. And then he had a Napoleon moment when trying to be a locker room leader in AEW for the Collision brand. And was saying who could and could not be backstage at his shows and what you could or could not do, essentially, with the Jack Perry thing and Real Glass, even though I agree with Phil in why would you want to use Real Glass in a segment to begin with? But the way that he was handling himself and all the reports backstage about the All-In incident with Jack Perry, where afterwards he lunged at Tony Khan and said that he quit and all this other stuff. Tony Khan had to fire Punk. He did not have a choice. I mean, yes, he could have kept him around, but he would have got more flack and really lost a lot of respect, I think, for many in the AEW locker room. And he had to do what he had to do. But now, Tony Khan's going to need another name. And I understand there's a lot of speculation that CM Punk's going to go back to WB. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. I understand he was backstage at a Raw, but he didn't last very long earlier this year. When he was there, he was told to leave. So you can get all this conspiracy theory that he's headed back to WB, and personally, I hope so, because I think WB has a little bit better leadership in place behind the scenes. But man, oh man, is this a bombshell.